Good morning and welcome to Motivational Monday. I am delighted that you have joined us this morning. And today I am a little emotional about this week's motivational. This morning we're going to talk about grateful for the small things. I want to share this story with you. I was sitting in the parking lot at Walmart, and as I was sitting in my car, I was watching this lady who was coming out of Walmart, and as she was coming out, she was limping. She was walking with her cane, and she had her groceries in the buggy. And as I watched her facial expression, and I could tell that even in the midst of struggling trying to get to her car, she was in a happy place. She was in a good place. And so I watched her. She went to the car. She put the groceries up in the car. And then she walked all the way back over to put the buggy in its rightful place. Because, we're good at leaving buggies in parking spaces. But anyway, she walked it back over to its rightful place. And she walked herself back to the car. And it took her a minute to get from place to place because it was really hard for her to walk. So this morning, I want to ask you, are you grateful for the small things? Or do you take for granted some of the things that we experience on a daily basis? For instance, she struggled with walking. But do you ever take the time to just tell God that you're grateful for being able to walk and use both of your legs? Do you ever take the time to be grateful that you can get up in the morning on your own? That you can feed yourself, that you can even bathe yourself? Do you know that there are some people who cannot do those things on their own? What about the air that we breathe every day? What are you grateful for this morning? And I know we get excited about new cars and new houses. You see people posting on Facebook all the time about a new car or a new house. But what about the simple things that we take in every single day that we forget to tell God thank you for, that we forget to be grateful for? And so I'm in a place this morning that I am truly grateful for just the small things. I can remember my grandmother. We had placed her in hospice on a Tuesday. And the doctors told us that it wouldn't be long. And I'm grateful for a faith that, in spite of the situation, I'm grateful for a faith that in spite of, I can still believe. And so for a week, we watched her lay in this bed. And as she was on her back, we could see her reaching for the master, as if she was ready. Just come get me. As if she was ready. But what I'm grateful for is that she wasn't reaching for any of us. I'm grateful because she was reaching for the master. And that's what gives me joy this morning. That as emotional as I am, I'm grateful. I'm grateful. And as she was laying in that bed, she couldn't do anything for herself. The nurses had to bathe her. The nurses had to give her medication. And we had to feed her. And so when we walk around every day boasting about what we have or complaining about what we don't have, I want us to get in the spirit of just being grateful for the day, grateful for life, because let me remind you that there is somebody that didn't wake up this morning. Did you pause to tell God thank you and to be grateful that you woke up this morning? Are you grateful that the fact that you could fix your breakfast and eat it this morning? And so as we go through life and as we experience this thing called life, I want us to be more grateful. Stop complaining about every little thing. And I've learned a long time ago that whatever it is you're complaining about, there is somebody always worse off than what you're dealing with. And so I want us to be in a grateful spirit where we can tell God, thank you. When we can tell God that I'm grateful for the air that I'm breathing. Tell God I'm grateful for the food that you set before me. I'm grateful for the house that you've given me. I'm grateful for the friends that you've given me. And so little things, as we think about the things that we have and the places we get opportunities to go, to just be thankful. Be thankful for the small things. I hear people all the time bragging about what they have. I'm emotional this morning. And I want us to be just grateful, simply grateful for the small things that God has given us. We take for granted family. We take for granted friends. And we miss opportunities to spend time with people that we care about because we take it for granted. We just think that they're going to be here. We got to stop. Stop taking things for granted. And when you have an opportunity to live in a moment, live in that moment, because you may not ever, or matter of fact, you will not get that moment back. And so this morning, as emotional as I am grateful. I'm thankful for the small things that God continues to do in my life. I'm thankful for the small things that He continues to do in my life. And so this is still Motivational Monday, and you can still be excited about His word, even in the midst of me being emotional this morning. I am truly grateful for the small things. Have a great week on purpose, and you know that I love you. Be blessed.